Welcome back, everybody, to this world tour series that we're doing here. I have done some tours with a few very, very important people to my channel, and we have another very important person here, Reign of Pain Games. Thank you for joining me on this tour.
Thank you for having me.
So, today we are going to be looking at two pretty interesting cities. One by the name of Galestrom, which is our fantasy modern end city, and then our city of Aru, which is our desert city. So I'm super excited to show this off to you. We're starting over here by Raisley. That's where we ended the last video at, and these are the fields outside of Raisley. But if we come over here, you're going to start to see a few things that are kind of eye catchers. So the first thing is there are some pillars up over here that go pretty tall up into the air. And then the second thing is going to be this kind of arching dirt pathways. Now what these are is the pillars over here are going to be mountain peaks. So we're going to do some custom mountains at some point. And this here, I want the land to kind of cross over and create this mini, I guess, cave that you have to walk through. So you have a little tunnel to walk through. The reason is because this city that we're about to look at is going to come basically right up to the edge of this pathway. And I want to have some sort of barrier so you can't really see it until you get into it. So it's almost like it's not there, and then once you cross and enter in, then all of a sudden it all opens up and it's all right here. But yeah, so this, as you're walking, you're going to start to see some buildings load in. And one of the first ones is going to be either the tallest building in the city or the arch based off of the St. Louis Arch. So
Nice.
I am a pretty big sports fan of any team that's a St. Louis. And the Blues won the Stanley Cup last year. And so I built the arch in honor of that. Plus, I really wanted to do it. So it is similar dimensions. So it is as tall as it is wide. But what's really cool about it is on a diagonal, which was pretty super difficult to plan out. The other really awesome thing is it is entirely iron blocks. So if you come up here and look at it, it is all blocks of iron. So this took quite a bit of iron to do. We do have we've had a couple different iron farms in the past, so that's where I've gotten all of this from. But it still was a pretty big challenge to get through. And then below the arch, we do have a little live music venue or some sort of stage as well, so that there can be festivals or whatnot in this area. And live music, because my thought process is this is a modern city, so you would have some sort of outdoor venue.
Makes perfect sense to me, especially if you're trying to mirror St. Louis.
Exactly. So I think what we'll do is start up over here in the kind of the hub of this city. This area up here is going to have basically all of these are going to be like office buildings and important pieces to this city. So like this here, now in real life, this is going to be storage facility. Once you get up onto the third floor, that's where the storage is actually going to take place and above. But we'll set up like offices and like a lobby down here and that type of stuff before that, so it kind of makes it feel a lot different. The other thing that's important here is this is our nether portal area for this city.
I'm assuming these will be like your tiller plants here. Oops. in this area, these will cubby holes? Or will they be like the elevators?
These are the elevators. So eventually we will have a way
Perfect.
to go up, but you can actually kind of fly up it right now.
All right. Makes sense to me.
So, the most important building, though, well, there's two really important buildings. One is going to be this one here without any windows other than the very top part. It is actually our creeper farm. So we have a little bit of
Okay.
gunpowder in here. So I put a creeper farm directly inside of this, which if you stand here long enough, you'll hear creepers drop down. And then in this one here, this is the Suncorp building, the Suncorp BrownieLand building. And I don't know if you know who Sunfire SG is, but Sunfire SG has been somebody that I've collabed with before. He's a very, very good friend of the channel. But we had this really fun idea of having his corporation in one of his series that come to BrownieLand. So this is going to be the office building for that. And if you take these elevators all the way up, which this is a data pack here. If you take these elevators all the way up by jumping, I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, it's not working for me. So I think it is now. There we go.
Yep. Okay. This is going to be one of the two main offices. So we'll have like a lobby here for the secretary and everything. And then this is going to be the entrance to the office. So you have this nice big window, and then you do have a staircase up, which is where I'm going to put the desks. So we'll have a nice sized desk right here so you can still see out and see the city and that type of stuff. Same idea with the other side. We do have to go down to get to the other side, but it's basically the same, just facing a different direction. So there's not much difference with this.
Nothing wrong with that.
So
Keeps it at least symmetrical.
absolutely, absolutely. I really like this this building. I think it turned out pretty darn well, and all you have to do to get down is shift. And if you hold it, it'll take you all the way down. There you go. But yeah, so that's Suncorp headquarters in BrownieLand. I really like how this building turned out because it is on a diagonal. And it's got kind of interesting shape to it. So we'll continue on. Eventually, I would like to do something with these other buildings in here. I don't know exactly what, but I'd like to do something with them. Even if it's just detailing them out in a certain way. But one thing that I've done in this world is done what's called BrownieLand Styles. And BrownieLand Styles is a series where I invite a content creator onto the world, and we build in a style of their choosing, and we kind of interview them, getting to know their build process and how they kind of figure out what they want to build and how they plan it all out. Well, the reason why Sunfire's corporation is in the city is because this building right here was designed by Sunfire. Now, I'll go into more detail in that episode, which is episode 5 of this world tour. We will discuss kind of the process and everything with his, but that is why we have chosen Galestrom as the city for Suncorp.
Okay.
So he designed these buildings. So we've got some residential. And then we've got some really cool buildings back in here. There's some more residential, some what I would call office buildings back in here, some more residential, that type of stuff. Basically city ideas. But the building right here, which I'm sure you didn't miss, is
Nope.
yeah. This one I am super proud of. In fact, I'm super proud of a lot of stuff in this world. I'll be saying that a lot. But this building I'm super proud of because it is it is my take on an open air stadium.
stadium. I was
modern
gonna say,
stadium.
just from the outside, it looks like it would be one.
So if you climb up here, there's an area that it actually takes you out. Now the lore of this city is that aliens landed at this spot and built this city. So this is why a lot of the blocks that are used are not really from this area. So like concrete, that doesn't make sense to be in the style of Minecraft or the purpur or anything like that. That doesn't make sense for the overworld. So they are from somewhere else, which is why they kind of have a different build style. They have different blocks that they use and that type of stuff. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out, though.
Yeah, I especially like the way the field was designed as well with the stripe form to it. Almost makes it feel like a real life stadium where they would be keeping it nice and clean.
Absolutely. The cool part is, I'm going to take one of these, but if you break it, there's actually lighting underneath of it. So this field glows at night. It's
Ah,
really, really cool looking.
if you want, you could actually probably make it night real quick. You could see
Oh,
that
yeah,
then.
absolutely. Time set night. So yeah, it kind of glows really, really well.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
But yep, that's that building. And then there's this really tall building here that's just right next door to. So this building here is actually a hospital. And as we've gone along and done streams and that type of stuff, I want to make this wall here be for our Extra Life donors. So this is just going to name off everybody that donated throughout the year to my Extra Life campaign to support children in the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. So I will be going through and kind of working on this, getting this all set up on different streams and that type of stuff when we do Extra Life events. So that's that purpose, but it's the same idea. Eventually, it's going to be kind of more detailed out. There's a ton of different floors that you can visit and see. Right now, there's not much done with it though. So, but yeah, I'm really happy with how this building has turned out. I think it looks like a hospital in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
So we'll continue on this way to get to the last part of this city so far, which is our indoor arena and convention center and hotel. There's a lot going on with this building. It's huge, though. So you can actually see it right over here. The towers that are walled in right now, those are the actual hotel area. And I've started the process of putting in the walls and everything up in there. The top level here that is not walled in is actually the lobby for the hotel. Eventually, we will have everything laid out, but these are the elevators to get up into the hotel. But I do like this nice patio area for the pool. I like how this turned out. You go swimming. And you got little ladders around there too. But this is not the coolest part of this build.
I do actually like that you had some beach type style chairs in there as well.
Oh yeah, I thought that just would kind of pull out the whole theme of the pool area. So if we walk over here, this is going to be the ticketing area to get into the stadium. And this is probably my favorite part of this build. I have designed it based off of what I would think an NBA style arena would look like in this area. So that's kind of what we've done here. And then you've got this massive, massive, massive window that looks out onto the bay as well.
Very nice. I do notice that we have a pillager trying to raid the stadium.
Where's that?
Back there, leader.
Oh, look at this guy. What are you doing over here? I'll have to come and get it. They pop up randomly throughout here. But yeah, so this is a really cool arena. Eventually, I want to have like locker rooms down in the basement area so that you can kind of get to it as a player. So this area down here will eventually have like locker rooms and like kind of a walkway around and everything like that. Right now, it's just used for storage.
Right
All
on,
right.
but that at least makes it seem more homey for the players and coaches and whatnot.
Correct. So this is about where it's at for BrownieBits or for Galestrom. I just finished with BrownieBits. That's why I keep saying it. Galestrom here, and it should start loading in now, and we'll kind of come down here.
I see it.
So this here is the desert city civilization of Aru. AARU. I've got some storage area over there, and this guy just spawned in. No, we don't want anything traded. But this city here is very much desert theme city. I've got a lot of different houses in here so far. I've done a lot of this on stream. This has been a lot of fun to build. And if you have watched any of my streams and have watched my hardcore series, this house here should look fairly familiar.
Oh, you copied it over, I'm betting.
Yep, I copied this over. This is the Mama Sugar house. Yep. So I copied it over. There's a little change that I've made here and there to make it work a little bit better, but I don't know if I'm going to make a basement in this version. I think I'm going to probably leave it like it is, just because this is, again, just it'll have different family homes, so I'm not using it as my personal house, but the there's going to be little pathways here, but I've wanted to kind of pack these buildings in very tightly. So there's little like alleyways here and there to get where you need to, but it feels very compact, almost like they've been trying to make the most out of the small amount of room they have.
Mm-hmm.
So you have these balconies and stuff that are very close to one another. You can almost jump between each and every one of them. But that's kind of the idea, being very close with each other. But yeah. So that's basically the city of Aru, with one last thing we need to touch on.
Right on.
I haven't done.
I was gonna say.
I haven't done a lot in here. In fact, I've only got the outside of the building made. But this is going to be the palace for the king or ruler of the city. I haven't really thought much. Yeah, something like that. I haven't really thought much of it, so we'll make this kind of like that palace type of deal. And then right up here is going to be kind of like a rooftop garden area with water and that type of stuff to kind of show off the riches of this city and this everything. One thing that I am going to be doing pretty massively is back here we've got like the savanna area, the extreme savanna mountains. But I want to kind of turn a lot of this area into all sand, so it's actually a desert, and then have kind of the mountainous area be more of the kind of oasis that keeps the water away from this deserted area.
Okay.
So there's still a lot of work. I've actually copied some of these mountains over, so you'll see some very straight lines in places. That's just because I haven't gone in and actually fixed all of that out yet. So,
All right.
but yeah, I really like how these mountains form. So I wanted to kind of have this in this area. But that is basically it for this video. Did you have any questions or want to see something specific again?
I guess the one thing I will say is there going to be a textural like design scheme that you do along the walls and stuff of the temple since we're right here?
Yes. Yeah, I'll be going back through. It's not going to be just a flat wall. We'll have some sort of variation in color and design on the walls eventually. I haven't really decided any of that. I haven't even really tried any of it out yet. But I do want to insert, some colors in. I I think one of the big things is going to be purple. Because
Okay.
in the desert, purple is very, very hard to get a hold of. So that would be kind of reserved for richness and riches. So it's kind of symbolize that wealth. So I do kind of want to
Okay.
do some purple in this building of some sort.
I guess the other question I would have going into the design of the temple, not just the colors, then
Hmm.
is do you think making certain things like statues or something maybe to symbolize the type of ruler?
I was kind of thinking about kind of doing a an insert like here that kind of cuts into the side and is more along the lines of like at this level here, and do some sort of statue kind of on the inside of the wall. Um,
Okay.
but again, I haven't really played around with anything yet. I have not been the best with building statues and that type of stuff, so I may have to look up some different ways I can do that, or find somebody that can
So
kind
no
of teach
perfect
me.
streamer, not streamer, YouTuber that actually does that kind of work pretty constantly. I'll
Well,
have to find his name again and probably send your way then.
absolutely, yeah, because I'm gonna need all the help I can get because I do want to. Yeah, I do like you said, I do want to put some statues. I would also like to put some statues around the city as well in different positions. So one thing too, I do have a plan for is this area over here. I want to have kind of an open air market or bazaar of some sort.
Okay.
I think this spot here makes a lot of sense for doing
Yeah,
that.
especially considering you've got your residentials so close to it then.
Hmm. You'll have the open air bazaar kind of in this corner. We'll have more residential area here. We'll have some different buildings and that type of stuff around the temple, but we'll have probably most of this area is going to be residential going around the temple.
I guess one thing I would wonder then is, are you going to make richer-ish style residential homes closer to the temple as you get closer and closer then?
So yes, we'll have basically this line here. You can actually see from the tops. There's two colors right now.
Okay.
One is green and one is yellow.
And then the yellow.
So green is kind of the poor area. So these are going to be the smallest houses. These are going to be the people with the least amount of money. So there's going to be more of them packed in with a lot smaller of a footprint. So you won't see very many with, two floors or, taller buildings or anything like that. Um,
Okay.
and then the yellow is going to be kind of your lower to middle class area. So it's basically one step up from your green area. I haven't decided on the next colors, but I do want to have like an upper middle class area. And then
Okay.
I want a rich area. So I'm kind of thinking the yellow is going to kind of curl around on this bottom layer here. And then anything up here is going to be upper middle class. And then I would kind of think that back here on the back side is going to be your rich. So they're kind of away from everybody else. That's kind of how the gradient I think will follow. So upper middle class is going to be basically right around the temple area, the closest to the temple, and then the rich are going to be back here in this area. Absolutely. All right. Well, if you don't have anything else, then I think we're going to go ahead and end it here. Thank you so much for joining me, Rain. I do greatly appreciate that, and thank you for being a part of this server and bringing your fun atmosphere to the streams as well. Has been a lot of fun to have you join us.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's one of the things that I like to do is just go hang out with people and just have a lot of fun. Once in a while, mess around with each other and whatnot. So,
Absolutely, and we have a lot of fun. So thank you so much again. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also follow me on twitch.tv/BrownieBits_gaming. But anyways, that is going to do it from us for here. And I will see you in the next episode.